iOS 18 is the 18th and current major release of Apple's iOS operating system for the iPhone. It was announced on June 10, 2024, at the 2024 Worldwide Developers Conference, WWDC. It was made publicly available on September 16, 2024, as a free software update for supported iOS devices. It is the direct successor to iOS 17 and was announced alongside iPadOS 18, macOS Sequoia, watchOS 11, visionOS 2, and tvOS 18. System features. The Apple Intelligence Platform is available in iOS 18 on the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max models as well as the upcoming iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Pro models. Apple Intelligence adds artificial intelligence capabilities and large language model integrations to Siri and other operating system functions, such as the Photos app. Apple's intelligence features are set to be introduced gradually across several forthcoming updates. These features were not included in the initial release of the iPhone 16 models. iOS 18's calculator introduces Math Notes, a new feature that allows users to perform and track calculations on separate sheets, solve mathematical equations, and plot functions on graphs. With integrated handwriting recognition, Math Notes automatically evaluates user input and displays the results in their own handwriting. The redesigned calculator app, now shared between iOS and iPadOS, marks the first time an official calculator has been available for iPad. iOS 18 supports Rich Communication Services, RCS, on supported conversations, including support for read receipts and higher quality multimedia sharing across various platforms. As with SMS, it is designated with green message bubbles and buttons to distinguish it from blue iMessage conversations. Availability of RCS messaging varies by carrier availability and compatibility. Apple previously refused the adoption of RCS in iOS. In 2022, after being questioned about RCS potentially coming to iPhone to increase compatibility with Android, Tim Cook said that iPhone users were not expressing interest in RCS and instead suggested that a solution would be to switch to an iPhone to use iMessage. The person who asked the question followed up, explaining that they use an iPhone while their mom uses an Android phone, to which Tim Cook jokingly replied, "Buy your mom an iPhone," to large controversy. The quote was later cited in an antitrust lawsuit against Apple Incorporated filed by the United States Department of Justice. iOS 18 includes a significant redesign of the Photos app. Slideshows known as collections are now automatically generated and visible at the top of the screen. Photos is a photo management and editing application developed by Apple. It was released as a bundled app in iOS 8 on September 17, 2014, replacing the camera roll, and released as a bundled app to OS X Yosemite users in the 10.10.3 update on April 8, 2015. It was released for tvOS 10 on September 13, 2016. In June 2014, Apple announced its plan to discontinue the applications iPhoto and Aperture, to be replaced by a new application, Photos, at some point in 2015. Photos was included with OS X Yosemite 10.10.3, released as a free update to users on April 8, 2015. On September 13, 2016, the app was later included in tvOS 10. Features. Photos is intended to be less complex than its professional predecessor, Aperture. Through version 4.0, released with macOS 10.14 Mojave, the Photos app organized photos by moment, as determined using combination of the time and location metadata attached to the photo. Starting in version 5.0, released in 2019 with macOS 10.15 Catalina, photos can instead be browsed by year, month, or day. Editing. Photos includes robust editing functions that are utilized with simple controls, such as a one-click auto-enhance button. iCloud Photo Library. iCloud Photo Library is heavily integrated into the app, keeping photos and videos in sync with various Apple devices designated by the user, such as Macs, iPhones, and iPads, including edits and album structures. iCloud integration is optional, but much more central to Photos as compared to iPhoto. Professional printing. Like its predecessors, Photos initially included a number of options for professional printing of photos, which could then optionally be turned into books or calendars and mailed to an address. With Photos, Apple added new types of prints, including square sizes and the ability to print panoramas. In July 2018, Apple announced, via a pop-up message in Photos, that they would be discontinuing these services, adding that users should submit any final orders by September 30, 2018. iCloud photo sharing allows sharing photos with others. Others can view, like or comment existing shared photos or contribute new photos to the shared album. Other ways of sharing includes email, social platform that integrates through iOS extensions, or Apple's peer-to-peer AirDrop technology. Critics noted the loss of functionality in Photos as compared to its predecessors. For example, images could no longer be ordered as events but were either automatically ordered chronologically into moments or had to be put into albums. The latter did not allow for automatic sorting, and it was necessary to configure smart albums with customized user-defined rules to do so. Customers who had been using the Aperture application, abandoned by Apple on the release of Photos, were particularly angry about loss of professional standard functionality. Apple customers who upgraded to OS X 10.11 El Capitan, which was launched in 2015, found that if they had not first obtained the most recent version of iPhoto before upgrading, they were locked out of the application without warning. Since iPhoto had been removed from the Mac App Store, they had no alternative but to use Photos. Home screen. iOS 18 allows users to customize the icon color as well as the icon position and size on the home screen. Dark mode versions of first-party apps and many third-party ones are also available. Previous iOS versions arranged icons on a preset grid, but now users can place them anywhere. App widgets may now be resized in place or reduced to a normal app icon as desired. In August 2024, a new feature was introduced which enables users to edit the iPhone home screen through iPhone mirroring, and is available in the latest betas of iOS 18 and iOS 18.1. Control Center. iOS 18 comes with a redesign to the Control Center, allowing for multiple pages of controls, resizable buttons, and third-party controls. Passwords. Apple introduced Passwords, a password manager aimed at simplifying password management for websites, applications, Wi-Fi, and verification codes. This new app is heavily inspired by the Passwords section in Settings and syncs with it. Locking/hiding applications. In iOS 18, applications that are visible to the user can be locked or hidden. Locked apps require passcode/biometric authentication to run. Hidden apps are moved to a designated hidden folder in the app library. Accessing that folder requires passcode/biometric authentication. Hidden apps do not show in other places on the phone such as Siri suggestions and the Settings app. RecoveryOS. The new iOS 18 operating system includes RecoveryOS on the iPhone 16 series that allows users to recover and restore firmware wirelessly using another iPhone. While all iPhones running iOS 18 can recover and restore firmware for iPhone 16 models, the wireless recovery process is only supported between iPhone 16 devices. Supported devices. All iPhones that support iOS 17 are also compatible with iOS 18. However, the level of support varies depending on the device's system on chip, SoC. At the WWDC event in 2024, Apple said the new Apple Intelligence features require an A17 Pro SoC or newer, only available on the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max. Both the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Pro, featuring the A18 and A18 Pro SoCs, support Apple Intelligence. iPhones with the A12 Bionic and A13 Bionic SoCs have limited support for iOS 18, while devices with the A14 Bionic and newer SoCs receive full support, except for Apple Intelligence features. The iPhones compatible with iOS 18 are as follows: iPhone XS and XS Max, iPhone XR, iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max, iPhone SE, 2nd generation, iPhone 12 and 12 mini, iPhone 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max, iPhone 13 and 13 mini, iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max, iPhone SE, 3rd generation, iPhone 14 and 14 Plus, iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max, iPhone 15 and 15 Plus, iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max. Thank you for watching this video.